Hey guys, what's up? Stephen here, and we're back to another Roblox tutorial. And this tutorial is how we can make an Obby game. So this is actually a series, and this is the part 5 of that series. So if you haven't followed along, check out our other tutorials and the start of the series so that you would be able to follow along. That said, we do tutorials every day, and this is our take on maybe you can add something on your OB during your watch here, or you are trying to make your first OB game in Roblox. And yeah, that's about it. So press that like button if you found value in this video, and if you have any question, comment down below. And if you need help with your game too, comment down below and we'll try to see if we can help you with something. Alright? So yeah, so in this tutorial in our OB, the one that we're gonna add here is actually a reset button because we already have our checkpoints. If you haven't followed along, we already have our checkpoints on the green buttons, and we would want to maybe if you want to retry the OV, you have to a reset button. So moving forward, we're gonna have functions on that reset button, maybe more money when you do the reset button. But for now, let's add the reset button, and it's also for testing the game because if I test it on the checkpoint, I will respond in the checkpoint, and if I want to check it in the original value, we would also like need to close the game and then reopen it so that I would need to play. So in order to avoid that, we're gonna create a reset button. And along the way, I'm gonna teach you a couple of stuffs, which is replicated storage and how to make a UI, like tips and tricks, and also how to remove this, like the default Roblox sound. Let me show you. So we remove that kind of not really stupid, but more on removing that sound plus that animation. Maybe in the future we'll replace that, but we'll try to change that as we go. So first off, what we want to do is we need to have our own starter GUI of our reset button. So all you have to do is click on the starter GUI, and since we're already on the starter GUI, we're gonna change this to a landscape sensor. This means when I play the game, this would be an automatic landscape. It's not gonna be like portrait. You have to play it on a horizontal basis of your phone, not the vertical. So I'm gonna put that on the landscape sensor, and we're gonna go on our ScreenGui. This is gonna be like tips and tricks to set up your UI properly, and we're gonna click on Ignore GUI Inset. The reason for that is because if I don't do that, this is what's gonna happen. Hold on. I'm not sure actually if you're gonna be able to see that, but I'll show that to you later on. It's more of like the frame not not getting all the frames, so it's gonna mess with your positions and size because it would still gravitate, or not really gravitate, but it would mess up once the Roblox default GUI is there. So this frame is for best practice. Don't use the offset and just use the size. Offset is more on advanced stuff. So since we're starting, we're just gonna do sizes. So this way it's kind of fixed to what we want. Now, what I usually do is try to divide this on a quadrant basis. So right now I have a frame for my left side, and I will have the frame on the right side if I duplicate this. But where do I want to put my reset GUI button? and how large of the quadrant I want. So I would want something. I can do this, but maybe that's too much, so let's just add 0.25. But I want it to be on the right side. So in order to do that, since I have 0.25, I'll just add 0.75 here. And there you go. I can put a lot of stuffs here now, but first and foremost, you would have to factor out that there's a leaderboard here, like the default Roblox, wherein we have like the checkpoint. Let me show you. So there's that checkpoint right there. You can close it, yeah, but initially some people wanted to be there, but you have to factor that out. So I'm gonna start naming this mainframe, and then we would have background transparency, because this would just be where we place our GUIs, or at least the reset GUI, and we'll have a text button for now. And we're gonna put reset button. Oops, reset. Maybe let's put it on caps. Reset. And if you don't have a set font, just use test scale. And here's what I like on some stuff. I like actually Fredoka 1. And then I usually remove the text stroke transparency, and also change the text color to white. So I would have that kind of reset. And then where is that? Yeah, that's fine, I think. Let's put in, since we're gonna have reset, let's put in maybe something orangey. Now let's try to make this look cool. So we're gonna call it reset button by adding a UI corner. And then just maybe put a 0.2. We don't want it too much of a what, but notice that when I add UI corner, I can't have a border. But if what if I want a border? So what you need to do is you use a UI stroke, and in UI stroke, instead of contextual, add a border. And then you notice that there's a border there. Just add the thickness there, or maybe 0.25, not too thick, or 2.5. We're not gonna go in those cute thick version. So yeah, and then let's just move this to. Oops, we haven't adjusted the size yet. So let's go to 0.2. That's too big. And then maybe choose this on 0.5. That's too much. 0.75. This is still too big. And go back to 0.5. Yeah, this is fine. And let's position it around 0.8. And then just imagine that the whole thing is this. This is 1. This is 1. And point, like, this is a rule for the positioning on my end. So this is 1. All of this is 1. This is 0. And this is 10. Not 10. 1. This is 0 and this is 1. And this is 0 and this is 1. And if you want to go a little bit further, that's gonna be negative. But what you notice is that we are just on a mainframe. That is why we want it on a quadrant basis, so that this is 0 and this is 0.8. I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, comment down below. But yeah, let's move this. You can obviously move it like this too. And let's just adjust it to 425. Just so not we're on spots on everything when we try to add something next time. So now that we have our reset button, um, we're gonna, since this is already taking a long time, that is how you would do screen GUI, like best tips you can work around on UI screens. And on our next video, we're gonna add and focus on our codes. But right now, since this is already pretty long, um, thank you for joining in. So that is the tips on screen GUI, UI making, and we'll talk a lot as we go. So I hope you learned something in this video and catch you on another video. Bye bye.